Good afternoon, everyone. And by everyone, I mean bots. And welcome to Strange Lore, Chapter 14.
And to people watching later.
Well, Book and Dagger is here, which this is a benefit because Book and Dagger can be here only earlier. Book and Dagger, I know, can't make it to the Sunday night games, but Book and Dagger will be able to watch this one live. So this will be so at least we'll have a viewer.
And happy 34 months.
34 months. Wow. Thank you so much. That's like, speaking of multiples of 13, that is not really aggressively close to 1, but it's more than 2 and fewer.
By the way, this is a Celsius, not a White Claw. Just
there you go. You can drink White Claw. No one cares.
You
don't
can?
know. I think so.
Well, I just don't want to.
You can't become like belligerently drunk.
We can be belligerent though.
You can be belligerent in other ways. Just
soberly.
Is it not? It is not Fahrenheit. That's true. Yes, and I know that you'll have to go. You'll have to go to your other. I know you have a game on Sunday night's Book and Dagger. So yeah, we'll enjoy having you here for as long as you can be. How are you tonight, Lauren?
You mean this afternoon?
Well, to the people on the East Coast is tonight.
That's true. I'm great. How are you?
Great. I'm doing okay tonight. But hello, Kern. Welcome. Oh man, that's fun. We've got some folks here. Yes. Sorry for the switch on here. Someone present might be responsible for it, but also someone not present. Also, it was not a great day for. So it kind of we're kind of doing what we can when we can.
We're doing our best.
It's always been my policy.
That's the point.
So for Strange Lore, for folks who haven't been caught up on it, I'll do a quick sort of thing. This is our game in which we are sort of showing off a world that is, it's a pretty mundane world, but it's a world in which writing and fiction seems to actually presage things that might happen in some of our other more fantastical games. For a while, sometimes this game will feature a dual narrative in which we will show our characters in the real world working on a magazine or comic books or things, and at other times we will depict these characters in those actual fictional realms. Last week we did that a little bit with some of the horror stories from the new anthology series Blood from a Stone that have been inspired by the doll Maisie. So it has showed up at Cora's beach house, which is again located at 4888 Chestnut Road in the Hamptons.
Thanks for that reminder.
What city in the Hamptons? Guys, leave me alone. Have decided if it's a fictional city or a real city.
Up. Yeah.
I don't know, but I might want it to be a real city.
Oh my god. Fine. It's your channel.
It's true. I haven't decided. Point being, tonight's game, since we are a little short-staffed, short-handed, we're going to sort of might be a little shorter, might be a little more focused as we see what's going on. I also was going to ask Lauren a question about what we do tonight, and I thought I would do it live on stream.
I'm scared.
You should be scared because there are sort of tricks to this though, where one doesn't want to. I don't want to rob this narrative of anything by setting anything in the future, of now. I mean, there will be things set in the future, and literally tomorrow night on the Dreamlands, we will see 60 years in the future of this world.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Do you think should we do something out there tonight, or should we tonight, or should we stick with this narrative? We're pretty invested in this narrative. Do you want
to? Like we're pretty invested,
okay.
But
mm-hmm.
but I'm down for.
Roll a d13.
Oh god.
God, she hates when I say that. She hates it so much.
Very pretty cage.
It's literally her least favorite thing. Is when I say roll a d13.
It is.
And I say technically. We have not, oh my gosh. My mother is trying to FaceTime me right now.
Oh.
Because...
Oh, I thought you were making that up my face.
Shoot, hold on. I'm gonna have to, guys, this is an early thing and I didn't vet this with a lot of people.
I got a 13.
You rolled a 13?
I did. Answer your phone and tell her
I can't because it'll take over this whole thing. Hold on.
Oh. Tell her to come into the chat.
Oh, Book and Dagger has a question. Would you like to answer that? We've sort of talked.
Oh, not the sexual one. That's the one. Yeah, the not the retconned one.
The retcon one.
Yeah.
The one for publication is the one.
Yes.
Is the one. Okay, so my dear friends, we're going to. You've rolled a 13.
I did. And I don't know if that's good or bad for me.
It is.
This is scary.
No, it's interesting. Lauren.
What?
Okay. Well, then tonight's game is going to be very, very different.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to make a table. I'm doing this. This is a head table, everyone. Hold on.
It's
Lauren,
a head sheet.
Please roll a d10. I have 5 options.
Okay. Oh, there's one. 3.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Ha ha! Nice. I like it.
Oh no.
All right, Lauren.
What?
If you would please change your name
God.
to pick a woman's name that begins with a V.
Victoria.
Have we had a Victoria? I think that's fine. You could be Victoria.
V's name is Victoria, but nobody talks about it.
Oh, let's not do that then.
Why can't I think of any? Vera.
Vera. Isn't Vera? No, Vela was your person. Vera's fine. Your last name starts with a T.
Why did I think Tamale? No. Thomas.
Vera Thomas. Alrighty. Vera Thomas. Roll one more d10 for me. Oh no, I take it effing back. Roll a d4.
Oh, okay. 2.
2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. I like it. Give me 2 seconds, everyone. I'm doing some of that very fun spreadsheeting, as we often do here on this channel. All right. OBKB. And, great. Lauren, last, please roll 3d6.
Okay.
I'm going to roll a 10 while you're doing this, because while you're doing other stuff, let's do this.
3, 5, 2.
3, 5, and 2. So a total of
Yes.
10. Great. All right. Vera Thomas's luck is a 50. All right. And she has no knowledge here. All right. So, Vera Thomas.
Uh-huh.
What did I just roll that D? I thought I didn't even look. Hold on. Love it. Vera Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
The year is 1978.
Okay.
Wow, we're going really off the rails in a fun way here. The location is we'll say Burbank, California. We've used that a few times to fun vibes.
Mm-hmm. I haven't used my power in a while.
All right. Vera,
Yes.
you are an actress on the rise.
Okay.
Okay. You are someone who is, attempting to, make it big, as everyone has. Give me a luck roll.
She's, D100.
And do you see her tab?
17. Yes, I do.
17 is a hard success at luck.
Oh.
Um, I know that you know nothing about Vera Thomas because we just came up with her, but are you more interested in Vera Thomas being commercially or critically successful?
Critically.
Critically. Wonderful. Vera Thomas, let's say that at the Oscars for 1976, so in March or whatever of 1977, Vera Thomas was, make another luck roll to this point. If you want to roll incredibly low on this, if you can, you might even want to spend power to do it.
I already did it. 53.
You're 3 over. Do you want to spend power and re-roll?
Sure. How much power do I spend?
You just spend 1 power to re-roll.
Oh, okay.
This power will probably not really regenerate once an hour. It'll be more.
Came out worse. 58.
Came out worse. Okay, so Vera Thomas is an Oscar-nominated actress, but you did not win.
Okay, bummer. For what?
I know the kinds of movies that were coming out there, so it's probably some kind of like very like kind of like politically conscious, you know, like kind of like drama of that era.
Okay.
This is the era of movies like, I mean, I believe that what won Best Picture that year was, I think Rocky won in '76, which was very upsetting to people who preferred a network, the Patty Chayefsky network, to win. So when did Norma Ray come out? 1979. So it's in the zone of this. Okay, perfect. So you were nominated for your performance in a movie called the Forgotten Ones.
Okay.
Thing. It's some horror movie from 2009. Yeah, that's fine. All right. We'll just call it Forgotten Ones. Cool.
Okay.
I'll let you choose. We're going to say it's supporting actress also. Come on. But you didn't win. The point is, since then, though, you have appeared in a few things. And remember, this is a time in which TV is an unacceptable medium. Okay. However, at this point, so 77 he'd have been 78. This is 31 years after our game. Perfect. All right. You have received kind of like you have a meeting about a big new project in town, a huge movie that is being sort of like put together that people are talking about. It is not your kind of movie. But after the success of films like Jaws and Star Wars, this film called Meridian, about the superhero, is something that people are very interested in. So, you have a meeting today with the quote-unquote legendary, sort of like mastermind behind Superstar Comics, Al Star.
Wouldn't it be inappropriate for somebody like me to be considered for... Well, is she being considered for Meridian?
For Meridian? Well, no, of course not.
Oh, well, good. Okay. Moving on.
That's an odd question. Of course you're not Meridian. Basically, so we're going to start in Burbank, California. We're going to say, because this is in an olden time, we will also say that this is a meeting. There will be other people present, but this is a meeting at at Al Star's hotel.
Okay.
But you've been told there's also going to be some like writers there or some other people, you know, like some other people from the studio are going to be there, but Al Star sort of bringing you in.
Okay.
Okay. And I do need to look up one thing.
Now I see why we couldn't use Victoria.
I was like, let's move slightly away from that, although people named Victoria can be fine. So, Vera, we're going to start this. I know that, so apologies, I know this is a short one already, but we're sort of starting off with this character building stuff, but You know I love doing these off the cuffs, and my God, you rolled a fucking 13. So, the year is 1978. It is a... Ooh, roll a d12.
Sometimes I forget what they look like.
Wait, not a 12. Actually, yes, a 12. D12's fine. I might actually be... I'm going to start... This might wind up being in 1977, though, because I'm going to start it a little earlier.
9.
9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it is June 1978. So it's probably warm. It's not... in California, it doesn't get, like, hot until later, but it certainly is a nice warm day. So we're going to start with you in your sort of your bungalow in the Hollywood Hills that you were able to buy, because back then, you know, nowadays being a Best Supporting Actress nominee doesn't even mean you can buy a fucking house, but back then you could buy a house. So you own your home, and we'll sort of start with you getting ready. You haven't been allowed to read the script yet, which is kind of like a very rare thing back in these days, but they're keeping it very seriously. So you put on a record, maybe put on, I don't know, maybe you put on Rumors by Fleetwood Mac, maybe you put on I don't know, any 70s music you like that you can think of off the top of your head.
No, Fleetwood Mac.
Okay,
That's
cool.
Good.
Listening to Rumors. Roll a D. I think roll a D8. No, roll a D12.
10.
10?
Yeah.
All right. Then the song that's currently playing is Oh Daddy. which is a good song, but a lot of people don't like it as much. But it's a Christine McVie jam, and I think it's pretty good. So as you're sort of getting ready, what kind of clothes do you think you're throwing on today?
Something comfortable, but like more professional.
Trying to look professional. So you're not leaning into the bohemian thing. You're trying to look vaguely professional.
Yeah, I mean, she might have like a suede jacket, but nothing with fringe or anything. You know, stylish, but more chic than bohemian.
Understood. Not sort of like not hippy dippy. No kind of tinted glasses and whatever stuff.
Yeah.
Do you do any coke?
No, especially not if she's going to a hotel room full of men. Absolutely not.
Understood. Okay, so with that, as Oh Dad, so basically like the opening credits of this are you like getting ready and like driving. What color car does she have?
I don't know, like the robin's egg blue.
Oh, fucking cool. Oh, fuck. This is cool. Coolest.
We haven't even started.
I don't care. I'm just imagining this in such a fun way. All right. Oh, yeah, you're in like a, I don't know, you're in like a Corvette or like a Chevelle or something. I love it. All right. So as you drive, it's just I'm just imagining that like it's just like the way Oh Daddy goes is brown don 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 don. So it's like it's just like I can see how this is shot so cool. It's so kind of like gauzy, you know, and like soft focus as you're like getting ready in your apartment and you're like driving through 1978 Hollywood as like Oh Daddy. I don't remember all the lyrics, but I'm going to look them up. God damn it!
Oh my god!
Leave me alone. You know you make me cry. How can I love you? I don't understand why. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, daddy. Do, do, do. As you're just like going through like the hit. Oh, shit, this is cool. And you pull up to Chateau Marmont.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. So as Oh Daddy plays, you basically, as the song goes out, we're not sure if it's diegetic, if it was over the radio, was it over the thing, is she just driving the thing? The point is, it's great. The point is, you make it there, and now, as you sort of get out of your car, valet takes the keys, and you're directed to Mr. Al Starr's room. He's got like a nice, you know, He probably has a bungalow too, but there's a few people in there. So as you walk in, I'll tell you what. And you, by the way, have points that you could put into skills ad hoc right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna bump your will because you have that for acting. But I'm going to everything else will just keep flat, and I'm gonna give you 200 points. That it's down at unspent points. So you got 200 points. Knowledges we'll just kind of do ad hoc as well.
Okay.
So any points you'd like to spend? Would you like to listen at the door before you go in?
Yes.
Okay.
But not conspicuously, just...
Understood. So, give me a listen roll. Would you like to put any points into listen before you do this, or do you just want to roll it as is?
You know what? I'll put 10 more.
Put 10 more in. I love it. Great. So,
Sure.
I'll bump your listen to a 60.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry, I'm looking a thing up on my phone because I haven't opened it on this thing yet because I had no idea we'd be going to this time period and I needed to know certain things. Ha 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 ha.
Roll?
Yes, go ahead and make your D100 roll.
Yeah. Oh, that is a 54, so I'm glad I bumped that.
Cool, a 54. You do succeed. And I will say that what you can hear, you don't hear it perfectly. You won't be 100% sure. Kind of the voice is sort of muffled. There also is some like booming music coming through, but you hear somebody saying, like, I mean, I get that this lady's a good actress. I just don't, like, she's not really, she's never who I'd pictured for TJ. It's kind of not her look, you know? That's the role you're up for, Vera.
Yeah, no, I figured I'm not familiar. Me, Lauren, is not familiar. And so nobody says anything in response to that
somebody's saying like, she won an Oscar, and then a guy says, well, she was nominated for an Oscar. That's the same thing as winning. If you're Oscar nominated, Oscar winner, what's the difference? The point is that you can put it on the poster.
She'll go ahead and knock at this point.
Somebody comes over to the door. A young man opens the door. He's wearing a suit, but it's kind of like a less whatever suit. You get a real vibe of like assistant or sort of, you know, just like kind of person. But he says, Miss Thomas, yes, everyone, Miss Thomas, please welcome. And he sort of gestures you in. The people who you sit there is kind of a there's a guy who's got kind of like curly fro hair, sort of, you know, 70s vibe. He's sort of sitting there. He's got his shirt half open, a lot of chest hair going on, mustache. He's a younger dude. There's a guy who's probably more in his 60s, but looks very young and sprightly. He also has like a big mustache and kind of very bright eyes. He, however, is not wearing a suit. He's kind of wearing like a bowling shirt and looks kind of fun. He doesn't look exactly like Stan Lee. He doesn't have glasses, but like, this is kind of the vibe, if you understand.
The vibe, yeah.
He's a Stan Lee type. So yeah. As you sort of step in, this guy, he's sort of smoking a cigarette.
A Roundup.
A Roundup. He's sort of smoking, but he comes in, he's like, speak of the angel, there she is.
Hi.
And as you're sort of gestured in, this young man here, there also is another guy in a suit sort of sitting back at the side. I'd like you to make a luck roll. Let's see if you recognize this gentleman.
Ooh, 31. No, I'm sorry, 37.
With a 37, you recognize this man. He is a studio, he's like a junior executive at the studio that has the rights to this film.
Oh, okay.
We'll say his name is William Neighbors.
Okay.
And you've met him, and you don't have like strong connections with him, but he kind of will sort of nod to you from the back, but he's kind of clearly like further back in this is Mr. Neighbors. But as sort of this young assistant guy says, yes, so Mr. Thomas, this is of course Mr. Al Starr from Superstar Comics, and I was like, hey, good to see you.
You as well. Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
I liked you in your movie. I liked when you said to the guy, "This is my life." I like that.
Yeah, you know, people say that's why I got the Oscar, that one, or the nomination for that one line.
She got a nomination. See, Oscar nomination is the same damn thing. The assistant sort of points to the guy who you don't think the assistant was the one who was saying that you were nominated, but this kind of guy with a mustache and kind of curly hair on the thing. He says, "This is our writer. This is Leon. uh, Leon Stein is right here, and he goes, hey, how's it going?
Hi.
It's nice to meet you. Hey,
You as
how are
well.
you? Yeah,
I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right. Make another luck roll for me.
64. So
A 64.
failed.
Leon Stein, I'm gonna say that I'm gonna make this actual bad luck. You know this name. You don't know. You're like, you know this is someone, and you don't know where you know him. He's in the industry. So this is the person where you're like, damn it, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, and she's the type who would want to know like
Yeah.
everyone. Okay.
You kind of can't place Mr. Leon Stein.
Okay. So she'll just say, "Thank you all so much for meeting with me. It's interesting coming into something kind of blind. So I'm not sure what the role is, but I'd love to learn more."
Yeah, of course. So listen, first of all, you all know. I mean, maybe you're not a comic book person. He kind of like looks you up and down, sort of. But I mean, you've probably seen the cartoons and you see the pictures. You know who Meridian is. Meridian the Miraculous.
Yeah.
He's a superhero. Yeah. He's a big superhero. So, he's and he's got this girlfriend, right? T.J. Taylor. So he's always she's always getting in scrapes, and he's got to come rescue her, right?
Oh, okay.
But I mean, this is a big movie we're doing, so it's not just, we don't just want to have some lady, kind of falling off the side of a building every 5 minutes. She's supposed to be a character in her own right. That's where this guy comes in. And Leon's like, so the point is, when I created Meridian, when I created T.J. Taylor way back in, we were. Well, look, we were sort of, things were, there was a core idea about this guy, though, right? Meridian, you understand? Because Meridian represents the best of us, right?
Right.
He's supposed to be the best guy. He you know how Meridian got his powers, right? Or you don't know?
No, I'm sorry.
Understood. She doesn't read comic books. It's fine. We won't hold it against her in the casting.
Was she aware that this was that this was the property that she was going in for?
You were aware that this was that. So you think you might have done some research?
Yes.
Tell you what then. I
wasn't
will
sure
say,
if she was going in blind.
and you can put some points into this first. Let's make a research roll. It's under intellect. You can put a few points into that if you'd like.
I'll add 10.
Add 10. I love it. Okay, so we'll get a 60. Go ahead and make your research roll.
Okay. 34.
34 gets you to a success, but it's not a hard success. So I will say that in your research, Vera, and no one would sort of shave you, especially in the 70s, et cetera, et cetera. Like you this is really even before the era of the comic book shop.
Mm-hmm.
So like you probably went to a newsstand or a convenience store or had someone go for you, and they bought some issues off the shelf, and a 1970s random comic book with no guidance is going to be pretty unintelligible.
Oh, okay.
Give me another luck roll. Sorry for all these rolls, but I don't care. It's fine.
52.
With a 52, T.J. Taylor, this character, that's who you're reading for. That's who you're up for. She didn't even appear.
Okay, so she'll say, "No, I'm so sorry. I don't know much about her. I tried to do some research, but I was only able to get a couple of the comics, and she'll explain like what in general like what they were."
Oh, you mean you went to? Why didn't we send their comics? Hey, I could have sent you classics. See, I don't really write them anymore. We should have sent you the ones I wrote. There's some really good ones that I wrote.
I'm sure.
Back in the day. I pretty much wrote all the good ones. So
well,
listen,
even if I don't get this, I'd love to read more about it.
Of course.
He's trying to charm.
Make a charm roll.
And I would like to add 15.
All right, do it up.
Do you want me to add it, or you?
Yeah, I'll do it. You just focus on rolling. Hey, sweetheart, you just focus on rolling. I'll do the math for you.
36.
36 with a 75 is just a hard success.
Yes.
You just got under. So with a 36, you kind of you kind of say that, and kind of you're sort of charming. You probably also play up the idea that like, oh, I'll definitely get some of the ones you wrote. So Alistair's like, oh yeah, okay, so she's got a good head on her shoulders. We all know that. She can act, she's smart. What else do you need, right? Have a seat, honey. Have a seat. Okay, here we go. So listen, So actually, I'm gonna let Leon talk. Leon's our screenwriter.
Okay.
And we're kind of going between a few different directors. Now that he said Leon is a screenwriter, I'm going to give you I'm going to increase. Go ahead and make a luck roll, but you'll need a hard success to place it now that you've heard it.
Okay.
Or I just want to.
41.
You just can't. You're like, damn it, he's a screenwriter. You're like, oh my god, he's an Oscar nominated screenwriter. I've heard this guy's name at the Oscars. Like in your mind, you're like, fuck, what did he write? What did he write?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But Al's just going. He's like, I'm gonna let him talk because he wrote this script, and I mean the script is of course it's based on a lot of the comics we did, but it's kind of this what's the word you used, Leon? It's this thing where he kind of took a bunch of different things and kind of mushed them all together. What'd you call it, Leon? Leon gonna explain it to you in a second, okay? Leon's gonna tell you all about what the story was in a minute, But the point is that Leon took what we did in our comic books because comic books they're fun, they're visual, they're this thing, and they have stories. And I mean, when I was writing them, they had a little more story. Nowadays, the stories are very convoluted and kind of off-putting. But Leon, he's going to explain to you what this is all about now. But this continues for a while.
Okay.
He just talks and talks and talks about stuff. At various points, he references his time in the army. At some point, he is telling this assistant guy. He's sort of screaming, Melvin, get her find the recipe for that veal parmesan I was talking about, okay? She's a pretty girl like this. She should know how to cook that, okay? Or she should know how to order that, you know what I mean? Like, if you don't cook, if you don't have to cook, you're a working lady. But she should know about it, right? Or know where you could get it in town. Find out where they get that in town. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, he's like, did you know that there is no more poisonous animal in the world than... Wait, what I was about to say is that frog, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's a tarantula bite. They just can't bite you. Blah, blah, blah. The point is... 15 minutes later.
And she's just pretending to be so interested. Oh god, this is why I left the industry.
Yeah.
That and I just didn't make
that and they wouldn't take me. But eventually, as this sort of goes on and on, eventually Mr. Al Star is kind of saying, so anyway, I'm gonna let Leon explain this movie because I know I've explained it to you, but he's gonna sort of tell you what the stuff is. Because the point is, T.J. Taylor, I think you gotta know about your character, the greatest man in the world. Mm-hmm. He represents the best of us. He drank the potion of the high noon sun. He's as beautiful as the sun high in the sky. He's this paragon of excellence and decency and heroism. And this is the girl he chooses. That's who you are. The perfect man, who he's after. That's what you represent. And he kind of sits down. All right, Leon, go ahead. I've talked everyone's ear off here. It's fine. And his assistant guy, Melvin's like, oh, no, sir. It was all very interesting, sir. Yeah, of course. Leon kind of... Thank you. Thank you, Al. Hi, Vera.
Hi.
So, yeah, I guess we're keeping this script very secret. I don't quite know how because the fans, I'll tell you, they'll freak out if they, because we have to keep this script a little secret. So we have a draft you can read, but we want to have it. We're supposed to sort of talk about it first. But you should know that I sort of think that in this movie, sort of T.J. Taylor is this. She's this very kind of she's a very sort of intelligent woman. She's she's in the comic books, she is she's I don't know, she's like I don't know, she's kind of had different jobs, and at some point it's like she's it's kind of confusing what it is in this. I've sort of made it so she's a businesswoman.
Oh, interesting.
And she's kind of trying to open this company, and I've sort of tried to sort of shift things. To me, what this movie is about hope, okay? And I think that's what sort of Meridian, I know you didn't read the comics as a kid, but that's kind of what Meridian represents, is that there's hope that things can be better. There's hope there's something you can do.
Yeah.
And the point is, the way I cracked this movie, though, is that even though Meridian's sort of the star of the movie and he does all the big fight scenes, TJ, she's the point of view. She's she's the perspective on him. She kind of gets so. I don't know. I don't even know what the point of talking to you right now is. It's just to sort of say that's the kind of character this is. She's the woman who, kind of what Al was saying about this person who sort of shows up and he's just it's like he's like an angel out of the sky, and this is the woman who sort of is kind of looking at him, and I have her sort of. Been some arguments here, and I was like, I don't like the parts where she should. It's Meridian. How doesn't she just accept him? He's like, because it's drama, Al. Because it's the anyway.
Well, and when you're someone's partner, you see every side of them, not just the side that they put out into the public. I mean, the world doesn't know me as a person. They know who I present.
Well, Latitude Lad and Longitude Lass, they're Meridian's partners. But they're not in this movie.
Oh, other characters, yeah, they weren't in the ones I was able to pick up either. I'm sorry.
Well, that's good because they're garbage now, the way they're doing them.
Oh, sorry to hear that. But and she'll turn back to what was his name?
I like that you can't even remember it in the real life. The writer.
Yeah.
Make a luck roll.
No, she's not gonna say his name. I just forget.
If you remember it, you'll be able to say it to him and have a more deep connection with the real
fine. Ooh, 37. I'm gonna replace this 10 because it keeps rolling.
37 is a success at your luck, but yes, his name is Leon.
Leon. I almost said Luigi. I'm doing great.
He says, yeah.
Leon, I completely understand what you mean by perspective. The audience has to have some insight into who Meridian actually is. So
yeah,
I mean, don't assume I'm trying to presume anything about the script, but I definitely understand that perspective and wanting to include it.
Yeah, of course. No, yeah, that's kind of the idea. I guess I mean, I think we're just talking here. You're gonna get to read the script. They're just keeping it very secret. But I just wanted to kind of talk to you about. I mean, this is a character who she sort of kind of being the audience, she's being the one who's surprised by this, and so I just think it's important that she's kind of pushing back a little bit against, I mean, I think she's an intelligent woman, and I think that she's pushing back against this guy who she thinks is. I mean, you've probably met guys and you say this guy's too good to be true, right?
Well, sure.
Yeah. All right, you got me there. But I mean, some of us guys who seem too good to be true, we actually are okay.
Well, actors.
Oh, actors, handsomes. Oh boy. I mean, they don't have anything on these kind of character good looks I got, but these I bet you got some real actors. We're looking at some interesting actors who play Meridian, and the studio guy will speak for the first time. William Neighbor say, "We're not talking about that right now, though, Al." Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, everyone. Omerta, keep quiet. Boy, don't want to offend anyone. Ooh. Yeah. Stum. Oh, sorry. I talk too much. I'm sorry. It's fine. Can we get her some old, do we have any comics here? We gotta have some comics. Let's get her some old one, And Leon will say, of course, they're not going to be good for this movie, apparently, because they're not the ones where TJ's, TJ just, likes Meridian, and at this point, Leon will say, yeah, but don't you remember the, but Al, one of your best comics is one of, the best little runs of Meridian you did. It's called the Jupiter Crisis. I mean, that's kind of a big part of what gave me the idea for this. And Al goes, oh yeah, well, I mean, but in the Jupiter Crisis, that's the whole thing where she's, where it's so interesting. You almost structure it like T.J. Taylor is the villain, it's not the villain, but she's the antagonist. She's the one trying to stop Meridian from. Oh well, I mean, look, I had a lot of fun ideas, but
why was she trying to stop him?
Leon's like, well, because she thinks he's. Do you guys have the Jupiter Crisis? I know those are way older books, but you gotta have those somewhere. And Al's like, I mean, I'm sure there's better ones than that. And Melvin says, I think we do have. He's like, they don't need that one.
I'd be interested in reading it.
Yeah, you should check those out. I think That's a little more. That's what inspired me from Mal's writing here. At this point, Vera, I need you to make. You could choose either detect vibe or read person. If you do read person, you're only going to be reading one person you'll have to choose. If you do detect vibe, you'll have less direct information, but you'll have a better sense of kind of everything that's going on.
Okay. Can I add 10 points to that?
Sure. Which one are you going to do?
Detect vibe.
Detect
Sorry.
vibe. I love it. All right. So you'll be at oh, shoot. Sorry.
Okay.
You'll do 70. Make your roll.
Woo! 66. Thank goodness I'm adding points.
With a regular success as an actress in the room, you have a distinct understanding that Leon is kind of purposefully needling or challenging Al, whom he finds irritating, and Al is just remaining gregarious and weird. Mm-hmm. But the point is, you don't know what specific thing, but you know that the Jupiter crisis is a big part of something.
Okay.
Is this thing that feels controversial between them.
Okay. And so they do have it in the room then?
Make a luck roll.
Wow. 34. Why am I rolling 30s so much?
I don't know.
I even changed out my dice.
A 34 is a success. I will say that Melvin shows up and says, "Yeah, I have an old and a reprint of one part of the first part of the Jupiter crisis."
Oh, it's a whole. What do you call them? Runs?
It was what was it, Al? How many parts was the Jupiter crisis? I can't remember. It was so many years ago. Oh, it was 3 parts. That's right. It was a 3-part story. Well, he's got that. Leon will actually say, I actually have the others. I can lend them to you.
Oh, that would be great.
Read that, yeah. And I was like, well, I mean, it's not an important. I mean, these multi-part stories weren't really that's what they do now. It's kind of a different, but you don't need it. I mean, you can read it. It's fine. It's not. But that's when this movie isn't the Jupiter crisis. That's true. It's not. I'm just saying that the dynamic between TJ and Meridian, I think that's kind of the vibe. Al says, now let's talk wardrobe. Okay, so TJ. Well, here you can at least see, and he'll open up the comic, and you see that TJ Taylor. She's kind of she's iconically a redhead. Mm-hmm. So Vera.
And she is Vera not?
Make a luck roll. Oh, actually, no. You can choose that.
Well, Philip, you know what all of my characters look like.
You? Literally you? Okay.
Except for Oksana, actually.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So no. So she's.
No.
So Al goes, by the way, you look exactly like this secretary on another floor of a building I worked in 30 years ago. You look just like her. It's eerie.
Okay.
One of the science fiction magazines. It's your face, your vibe. My God. Yeah. Anyway. But they show you a picture, and he starts saying, like, so, we want to do this, and of course, we're going to get, because even though Meridian's costume, that's what really matters, the yellow and red, well, for this, we're going to get some gray costume designers, so all the ladies love what she's wearing, and basically the point is, every single woman in the world is going to want to be you, because the greatest guy wants you. That's the whole point. And Leon's like, okay. At this point, William Neighbors will, yeah, go ahead.
You know what, she will say, I've always wanted to try to go red, so would be a good opportunity.
There you go. She's willing. Haha, perfect. I mean, who wouldn't be? It's TJ Taylor. You get the best boyfriend in the world. Ladies will be lining up. I predict the following. When this movie comes out, we're gonna run out of red hair dye. When this movie comes out, coast to coast, gonna run out of red hair dye. And Leon kind of just shakes his head. William Neighbors at this point will say, so yes, thank you, Vera. I think what we're gonna do, we wanted to just have this meeting, but we were hoping that maybe later this week you could come by you could come by the studio and you can read the script there.
Yeah, that would be great.
That's how we're kind of keeping it a little sort of. We're not putting it around town at the point. We are a little worried about it leaking out. You know, I mean, it's a big deal.
Oh,
So.
you know, this is something I had to do when I was auditioning for theater. A lot of the times you had to go ahead of the time and read the script there.
Leon goes, because they only have so many copies.
Exactly.
Al kind of, yeah, theater. Now, this isn't theater, though. This is movies. It's big. You know, they did a Broadway play about Meridian back in the day. Do you know that?
Oh, actually, would she have known that?
Ooh, that is another luck roll, I think.
Sure.
Or, you know what? No, research. It's 10 higher for you, so do a research.
32.
32 will be still a regular success, but it is a success. You do, God, you're rolling every 30 every time.
I know.
Yes, I think that you will say that you definitely, in your research, found out about the Meridian movie, absolutely.
You mean the Meridian play?
I mean the Meridian play.
Oh, you know, actually, I did hear about that. Actually, and can that be the reason why she decided to take this?
You can definitely say it is. The play was a legendary flop.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
But you know what? You know what? You go ahead.
No, I have a good way to tie it in.
I will say, though, and if you guys don't know, this is all about It's a Bird, It's a Plate, It's Superman, which was the Superman musical that they did in, like, the 50s or, like, the early 50s. The point is, it was a legendary flop, but there's a couple of songs from it that people do kind of like.
But the one at the Dallas Theater Center was good.
I think they did a lot of changes to that
Oh,
to make
yeah.
it.
I liked it.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's also one of those things where it's like a play can be. There could be you can have fun with something that when they first staged it, it was just a disaster.
Yeah.
So,
she will say, actually, yeah, I did hear about it, and from what I heard, it was just ahead of its time. Broadway wasn't ready.
Broadway wasn't ready. That's true. Broadway's never been ready for me. You know, I actually used to sell shoes on Broadway.
Oh wow.
Hey, it was a long time ago, and I spent a lot of time on Broadway, Times Square. In Times Square. So anyway, the point is, Al talks a little more, but eventually William Neighbor says, well, yes, thank you, Vera, for coming. Vera, give me another detect vibe.
I'm using a third set of dice because
Love it.
It's too weird. 73. Which is just a fail. Actually, though.
Mm-hmm. Re-roll it. Why not?
Yeah.
What do you need power for today? Come on.
Well, I don't know.
And then she gets killed.
You.
Yep.
Nope. Worse.
Then I'm going to tell Lauren, but not the player. I'll tell Lauren and our viewers, but not the player, that what she is so interested kind of in elements of this vibe, she's not realizing that the reason William is saying it's time for you to go now is that there's probably another actress they're about to send in to talk to.
Oh, well, I mean...
Yeah.
But also she knows that.
But she doesn't have the direct knowledge of it at this moment.
Yeah.
However, at this point, I'll roll for him. Why not? Ooh, nice. Not the highest possible, but up there, top 25%. Your man Leon.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sort of as you guys are like sort of shaking hands, and of course Al's like, you gotta, and okay, whenever you come to New York, let me tell you all the places to try. And even if you're like, I've lived in New York, he's like, you're just going through this. But like as Leon sort of very quietly says, he'll kind of glance at the thing, he'll just lean in and say, you can grab a drink downstairs at 7 if you want.
Yeah.
Quietly.
Yeah, and I'm assuming she gets that he doesn't want to advertise it.
Yeah.
And so she'll turn around and just give her most winning smile.
Mm-hmm. Make another
her
charm
most cast me smile.
Cast me, daddies. Make a
film
roll.
Daddies.
Film daddies, exactly. Studio daddy.
Has to be film daddies. But she doesn't say that. She just gives off that vibe.
Give me a charm.
Oh, wait, that one I'm going to... Oh, wait, no.
Spend a power and give yourself a bonus on it. Come on.
Oh, sure.
Also, I'm going to give her a bonus to performs automatically. She should have that.
Thank you. Wait.
In case we ever come back to this character, she canonically should have it.
I should be down to 7.
Cool.
That is a 13.
No trouble today. No trouble at all. But with a 13, that is an extreme success. So Al kind of responds, goes, "Oh, look at her! Look at the light! It's making her hair look red already. I'm telling you. Oh, she's wonderful. Thank you so much. Mwah, mwah, you're beautiful. Ah, bah." He's not like gross handsy, but he's very touchy. You know, yeah.
He's just not aware of boundaries.
Boundaries that made to be broken. We went to the moon. No boundaries. So as you leave, you've got a few hours to kill. So you could hang out here at the Chateau Marmont, or Chateau at the Chateau Marmont, or you can just hang out in the bar for a few hours, or you can leave and come back, whatever you'd like to do.
Actually, can she not the bar, but the lobby, can she like was she handed one of the comics?
You do have one comic, yes.
Okay, so can she sit in the lobby, not in an obvious place, but she kind of wants to see who, like, if there's any other actresses coming in?
There are. You see those stupid bitches. Yes, so you'll spend a little time camped out. Give me a stealth roll. Let's see how well you're peeking over the top of the comic or whatever.
She is going to read the comic, though. Like,
oh, of course, yeah. But we'll sort of see how hidden you are.
No, 96. God.
One of the actresses who is... An actress comes in who is much more of she's this sort of like beautiful pinup type actress. I'm trying to think of
Bombshell.
More of like a Farrah Fawcett type, kind of comes in and has dyed her hair red. And upon seeing you, hiding there, goes, "Oh, hey, Vera. Hi."
Hi. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. And she'll stand up and do the little...
She sees what comic you're reading and says, "Oh, cute."
Research.
And then she walks off as if it's so cute that you get to come to the grown-up table and try this out. Yeah. Now, of course, you're an Oscar nominee.
I know. I was gonna say, has she been nominated for an Oscar?
No, but there's posters of her on bedroom walls.
Fair enough. Okay.
I didn't come up with a name for this woman. Let's do
Wait,
it.
We're 20 years in the future. I was trying to explain.
30 years.
We're 30 years in the future.
47, now it's 78. Girl's name starting with R. Roberta.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What?
I'm trying to think of a real sexy last name. It starts with a D. Don't say anything.
I could only think of bad words.
Let's say doll. So she's like Roberta Doll, everybody's favorite doll. Yeah. Okay. The point being, you read the comic. Now, reading this comic is interesting. I'm going to, even though clearly you get it, I'd like you to make an analyze roll as you read this comic to see if you understand what Leon is talking about. Bear in mind, higher degrees of success will really matter here. So getting any success is great, but if you get like an extreme or a vital, you'll be aces.
How many points do I have?
You haven't really been using many. You still have like if you want to take that to 75, which is the limit before you have to start spending extra, you easily have that. You'll still have over 100 left.
I'm gonna regret. I'll add 10. I'll only add 10.
Only 10. Do you want to spend a power to get a bonus on this roll?
Yes.
Cool.
Can you take it away?
I'll take it away. You're down to 6.
Okay, that's a 51. So again, good on that. But 31.
31 is
30 is my lucky number today.
30 is still a regular success.
Oh fuck.
Unless you want to spend luck.
No. Wait, how many would I have to spend? Hold on.
You'd have to spend 1 to get it to hard.
I will do that. I will take that down.
Okay. With a hard success, you read this, and you have to say that though the comics that you were reading today, that they're probably more like they're a little more modern and a little more left. There's something about this is very old-fashioned. The artwork is very it has sparks of interest, but I mean they were churning this stuff out so fast, and the print quality is low. Like the artwork is interesting, but it's not as sort of striking as some of the stuff you were seeing in the modern comics.
Yeah.
From the modern, as in the Bronze Age, late 70s comics. This there is something about this comic that feels very like there in this, whatever this Jupiter crisis is, there's this like real like deep kind of connection between these two characters, and it really is what Leon was saying. Of course, it's only the sort of the setup for it. The short version is there's some aliens from Jupiter arrive and are sort of saying that the world, like, they're the biggest planet, so the world belongs to them. And Meridian sort of like, you know, kind of talking about how he, you know, he wants to do this, and TJ is saying like this is obviously a trap. It's interesting. TJ is telling him like you have to fight. You're always such a goody two shoes. Like, you're too trusting, basically.
Okay.
And that's the Jupiter crisis, at least part 1. You don't know how it ends as of yet. But you get what he's saying, that his biggest stuff isn't against these aliens. It's against this woman who's sort of, you know, she's like, I know I'm your number one girl. Why don't you ever listen to me? And he's kind of, you know, whatever. And it's interesting because even though this is a very old comic book, it does seem like there's a pushback element to it that's kind of interesting. That it's kind of like there's almost a feminist bent to it.
Yeah.
At least in this first one.
Okay.
So you wait for a couple hours, read it. I'll say though, with a hard success, you maybe get a hint of like, which seems weird.
That it was so advanced? In that sense?
Yeah. Had you gotten extreme or vital, you would have gone a little further with that, but just something about it is both good and weird.
Okay. Interesting. Okay.
At about 7:15, 7:20, you've moved over to the bar. Leon comes in.
She would have moved right at 7, like just be there. Right?
I more meant it's 7:15, 7:20. You've already moved to the bar, but sure, you were there on time. Do you order yourself a drink, or are you gonna wait?
Yeah, she'll order a. What did they drink in the 70s?
Cocaine.
She will not drink cocaine.
Okay.
Just like a martini that she just sips on.
Cool. 7:15, 7:20. You know, Liana Stein kind of comes in, and a couple people seem to know him in here, because this is kind of a hot spot. You probably also, like, you know, you can do some chit chat, but he'll sort of come over and sort of see your martini and order one himself, and kind of sit down and say, sorry there was it took me a second to get here. I had to it's kind of can get hard to get away from Al, you know.
Yeah, he seems to just want people to hear him talk. You know, not in a bad way, but
I wasn't able to go home. I had some stuff with me. Wasn't able to get home to grab. There was more stuff I wanted to show you, but kind of opens up like a briefcase, and he's like, I've been, you know, having some of this around us for the stuff here. He pulls out he sort of sees that you got the first one. He pulls out a couple more of these old comics, sets them down, and that's the next parts of the Jupiter crisis.
Thank you. And here's this one back.
No, that's not mine. It's yours. They gave you that.
Oh, thank you.
Did you read it?
I did. It's interesting. TJ's, her relationship with Meridian. It seems, especially for the time it was written, you know, the hero's girlfriend
46,
giving a little pushback. Yeah.
Do you know what? If you're not in a hurry, you know, they're short. You can skim, but just read those. Read the other two.
She will.
Okay. Give me another analyze.
Wouldn't it be research? Could it be research?
Your analyze and research are the same. You put points in.
Oh, that's true. Okay, lovely. 58, so barely.
Barely.
She is skimming though.
Yeah, you're skimming. You kind of go quick. With a success, I think so basically, sure enough, in the more you understand also why Leon would say she's the antagonist, not the villain, but the antagonist. Like it's like it's so much like her like trying to thwart Meridian's kind of plans to do this stuff. And an interesting thing happens though, with you eking by with a success. The last 3 pages of the last issue don't seem the same as the preceding pages of the last issue or the first 2 issues. The writing seems very different at the end.
Ooh, okay.
And in which it is a thing of Meridian explains he knew this all along, and she shouldn't have been doubting him. And TJ Taylor's like, "You're right. Like, I'm sorry."
So she'll notice that and say, "Oh, this is a great storyline, and is it common in comic books to have a different style in different parts of it, like maybe different writers or something? Because the last 3 pages here, they're it seemed to go in a different direction than it was heading."
He'll sip his martini.
Sorry, I don't really read comics, so I don't know.
No, I think based on what you just said, I think you really read comics. Last 3 pages. Look at that phrase right there. He taps to one where it says #1 girl. That's something you heard Al Star say many times. Al wrote these. Of course, the artwork they didn't have to change, but he rewrote all the pages of this. At least, he's never admitted this to me. But this is considered a classic by a lot of people. He didn't write this. He didn't write all this,
though. Was it like a secret collaboration or a ghostwriting situation?
No,
or
Al used to put his name on a lot of comics back then. That's kind of how he did it. But there was this other writer. Actually, this was the strictly speaking, this is the last Meridian comic this guy ever wrote, and he wrote all the great ones.
Who?
Ted Fountain was his name. Ted Fountain's I really like Ted Fountain. His stuff I really like. I really like what he did. He also did there's a whole story with this, but are you okay with scary stuff?
Yeah.
He opens up his briefcase and he says, "You get a different vibe here. It's from a little later."
She'll say, I know I'm so fortunate that I ended up in drama, but a good slasher film is something that I thought I wanted to do, but
this is actually the dawn of slasher films. Was like a couple years ago. This is like they've just become a thing. Yeah.
I actually knew that because of a class I took.
He'll hand you a copy of a comic. It's called Blood from a Stone.
Ooh.
It has this sort of very frightening kind of image on the cover.
What's the image, Philip?
I think it is a O. The image is this like golden-haired angel with his like wings outspread, like in a graveyard, like standing over this like woman who looks terrified.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she'll is Ted's oh no, I don't even want to ask, I'm scared. Is Ted's name on it?
On this?
Yeah.
If you look inside, it is credited to Ted Fountain. The art is credited to Louise Clay.
Oh, okay.
Vera wouldn't look at who the editor is, though.
No. A woman artist back then.
She was. Oh yeah. No, there were a number of lady artists back then, but she was.
You don't hear a lot about.
She was actually a painter. She painted, like pulp magazine covers. She would paint a lot of those. I don't make a luck roll for me.
35.
So many 30s. I'll say that's enough. He'll pull out an old like an old issue of like a strange lore and kind of toss that down, and you'll see some. You'll see a picture of Corinna actually.
Oh wow, these are beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of old fashioned, but she's Anyway, this guy Ted Fountain. You can read that, but I want it back. But Ted Fountain was I don't know. He was a good writer, and he kind of I don't know. He did things a little different, I guess. But I liked a lot of his Meridians, the stuff I like, and I think that Al doesn't like that. Al's
How old is he?
This
Leon?
guy, Leon?
Yeah.
Like 40 maybe.
So
30s, 40, yeah.
Okay, so he would have been like a kid
No, he was a
when
kid. He was reading the comic books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I guess Ted then stopped writing, or?
Well, anyway, he's not really the point. The point is that Al is kind of, Al Star is a, larger than life presence, and I mean, I don't want to he has done a lot for comic books, and he's done a lot for Superstar Comics. Of course, he had to name the goddamn thing after himself, but like he's, his comic books are very good. This is pre-Superstar. This is back when it was Premiere. These issues. These are reprints from. These are like old. This is before he took the company over. But he was still the. Look, Al did invent Meridian. He did invent Meridian. Now, were there other people very much involved in it? But he invented a lot of the characters. But Armament, the weapons man, yeah, he invented that guy.
Oh yeah, I've seen pictures. Like I said in the room, I didn't really.
Point is, it's kind of a. I don't know. This movie is. I mean, it can just be, if they want to just do a silly movie, they can do a silly movie, but they hired me. And comics is this American art form, and I mean, we want to do something kind of serious with it, maybe too serious, I don't know, but I mean, to me, TJ Taylor is the, she's the core of the movie, the movie doesn't work unless the audience is understanding why she's feeling stuff. Because listen, you're just not going to get people to. You're going to get people to root for the superhero. You're going to get people to care about the superhero, but they're not going to see themselves in the superhero. Not Meridian, at least. Some superheroes you could, but not him. I don't know.
I couldn't help but notice that other actresses coming in. I don't.
Oh, did you see the doll face?
Yeah, she's somebody I've met a few times, and I just and is TJ drawn very like voluptuously, or
nothing in what you've seen? Probably by now she is, but not in the old fashioned ones. And you didn't see TJ Taylor in the
right.
In the,
okay.
Yeah.
But okay, sorry. I just want to. But she would have seen pictures of other comics and stuff, like just from media. She would have seen that women tend to be a little more.
Yeah, very. Yeah.
Okay, so she'll say, I know I didn't get a chance to see a picture of her, but comic book women usually don't look like me. So, and it's a visual medium film, and I'm.
You're also a little young, I think, for what they're. Well, not young, but I don't know. I'll tell you that Al. I mean, I shouldn't tell you stuff like this. Al is very happy with the pinup model in there, because she's. I just don't think she can play what I need from this, but.
Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I hope this movie turns out okay.
Yeah, and there haven't been comic book movies up to this point.
You know what you can say? They made a Superman movie, or they're making a Superman movie. You can bring that.
Oh,
up.
okay. Yeah, they're
they cast Margot Kidder in that.
Oh.
I mean, I Margot Kidder. I mean, she's not quite right for, but she's as Lois Lane. I see it personally, but yeah.
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 Well, there's definitely a market for it.
And now, if Star Wars came out, he wants me to put more space stuff in it, and I'm like, it's not for the first. I mean, he deals with space all the time. So whatever.
It's all fantastical and heroes and
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll see how it goes. I just wanted. I thought. Yeah, I thought you might catch that. That's all. Well, thanks for coming in. I don't have a say in this, but.
No, I appreciate you reaching out, and if you don't mind, and she'll hold up Blood from a Stone. And she'll say, I would like to read this, but I don't know if they're going to want me back. So how would I get this back to you?
I mean, we can cross paths if you want to. He'll write his name on a. He'll write his number on a cocktail napkin and slide that to you.
When she reads, does he put his last name?
Yeah.
Does she recognize with his last name written? Like, does
last
it finally?
Fucking chance.
Look. No! 86. Okay, then she will say, like, I am so sorry. I think it's audition nerves, but I know I recognize your name, and I know you've written something incredibly important, but what is it?
I wrote remember that movie about the actually wait, how hard will I lean into this? Yeah, let's do it. He wrote a movie called Pinstripe Lullaby that was like a mafia, like Godfather style.
Oh.
Leon Stein is his name.
Oh, okay. What was it called? Pajama Lullaby?
Pinstripe Lullaby.
Pinstripe Lullaby.
You're like, and that movie did win Best Picture.
Okay. So, like the year before or something? Or at the same Oscars that she was nominated?
Not the same Oscars you were at, maybe the year before that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I feel like an idiot. But that was such a great film. You're an incredible writer. And I'm not just saying that to suck up to you.
That's fine. Well, suck up to me all you like. It's fine. Yeah,
and she'll take her the napkin and carefully put it in a safe place in her
just give me a call whatever.
Well,
actually, is he gonna try to pick her up right now? Probably. Actually, yeah, he will. He'll say. So you could also just you can give it back to me in the morning.
Nice try. And she's saying that not in like a mean way, just a like cheeky like okay.
Yeah, probably. You gotta try what you can.
But she will say like, well, maybe we can talk about it over dinner sometime.
Yeah. I like dinner. I eat dinner. I eat dinner all the time. I eat dinner almost every day. Sometimes twice. Yeah. All right. So with that, Vera will leave the Chateau Marmont.
Yes.
As roll a d12.
Oh God. I rolled so many things.
Roll a d12, but if you roll a 10, reroll.
It's a 9.
Oh, interesting. So we're going like backwards through the album. So as you leave, nah, that's actually no. I don't want it to be that. It's too upbeat. I'm just gonna say the next song plays. Gold Dust Woman plays as you leave.
Okay.
You don't care about that at all.
I don't know that song.
But gone, Gold Dust Woman, to your silver spoon and to your brains.
Sure.
What did you make that made me break down? That is where we're ending the session.
You sound exactly like.
Shining your illusion of love, and now tell me, is it over?
We're gonna get a copyright strike because
Do
you sound
know how
exactly like it.
I'll pick up the pieces and go home. All right. So with that, we're gonna end this strange little diversion. Yet we revealed some interesting things, didn't we?
I know.
Oh God. Do you think Vera Thomas was cast?
I don't know. It depends. Can we revisit after she reads Blood from a Stone? What if she becomes a really intense cerebral?
Oh my God! What if she doesn't get cast in this movie, but she does get to be in like the HBO adaptation of Blood from a Stone, the super bloody one from the late '80s? What if she's in an iconic one? What if she plays Wednesday? Cool.
Yes, miss.
Yes, miss. Knife. Here's the buckets of the blood, miss. So yeah, that was a well. There we go. That's
that was interesting. Wow.
Interesting one. Meridian and his girlfriend T.J. Taylor.
I don't know why I forgot. I knew at one point that Meridian was a guy. I mean, Meridian is like in that era.
But I forgot. I'd never actually explicitly said it. I'd implied it a couple times, but also in the multitude of Meridians, there has been someone referred to as the original, who is a boy. It was like a strapping, blonde-haired, blue-eyed Meridian.
Mm.
Interestingly, though, the current Meridian, her boyfriend is named T.J. Taylor.
Oh.
Because you can, you know, TJ can stand for anything. Tatiana Temple, T.J. Taylor. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
Lois Lane, Lex Luthor. Nah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
That's the vibe. So.
What happened to I was trying to ask without asking.
What happened to
That's
Ted?
dead at this point.
Well, here's the thing. I was considering doing one of the options I was considering for today would have been some stuff, but I couldn't because like if Ted gets killed, I don't want to lock in that Ted survives accidentally by doing a future thing where we confirm he doesn't get murdered or that he doesn't murder someone. So
yeah,
we'll have to see. He may be still alive, just in jail after he murders a man. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching.
Maybe he's in hiding.
Maybe he's in hiding.
Don't kill Ted.
What do you think of Al Star? He's a cool guy,
That's
right?
my friend. I don't like him.
He's a good guy. All right. Well, everybody, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I know this was sort of a shorter little one we did, but some interesting things revealed about some future stuff. And we're going to revisit this world tomorrow night. On the Dreamlands. It is, unless there is a massive groundswell and there's like 25 people vote for the light in the gate, we're going to be going to Course Court Revisited tomorrow.
Interesting. It's the same world, but different vibe.
Indeed. Nevertheless, check it out. So that's tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. our usual time. On Wednesday, we are back with Top Flight Tales. Also very connected to all of this. And then on Friday, we're back with more Blood from a Stone. Mm-hmm. And in 1 week from tonight, we are back with Here Be Dragons, finally. So thank you all for watching. This was a lot of fun. Please go to our Discord to interact with us. Go to our YouTube to watch old episodes. Go to our the wiki that Sophia has put together and with help from many others to see kind of like, recaps and how all this stuff, fan theories, all that stuff, or you can talk about it on the Discord. And please follow our wonderful players. I know, Lauren, you're on a hiatus from your stuff, but
yeah, my own personal Twitch channel is kind of on a hiatus, but I might just on a whim decide to do something. I don't know. Right now I don't want to commit to a time that I'm going to be consistent because there's just a lot going on.
Nor should you. Well, very good. Everybody, thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. I'm just eating one of these candy cigarettes that Pierce brought me because smoking.
Is that the same one the whole time?
The whole day. I'm going to say that it's fun to have these, but I probably will mostly do this because here's the problem.
Yeah.
You didn't hear that, but they did.
Oh, well, I heard a little bit actually.
Dude.
But didn't it get like mushy?
Oh, hell.
Ew.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. This was a lot of fun. Appreciate all of you making it to this kind of impromptu game. And if you're watching it in the future, hello from the past.
Hi.
Whatever bad stuff has happened hasn't happened yet, so we are better off. Of course, whatever good stuff has happened also hasn't happened, so you've got us on that part. That's a bummer. All right, well, thank you so much. Until next time, to be continued.